Hi, I'm Cal Scott and I'm an artist. The project I'm working on at the moment is called In My Grandmother's House. I've been working on the project. It's funded by VACMA, Visual Artists and Craft Maker Award, involving a lot of research and experimentation. I make laser cut wooden art and accessories, and I specialise in miniature frame dioramas. I've been working on the project at the Famous Grouse Ideas Centre because they have machines which I wanted to experiment with and try a few new ideas out on, such as a laser cutter, UV printer, an A0 FGIC printer. Before using the facilities at the Famous Grouse, I was experienced in using laser cutters, but that's all. Never used anything like a 3D printer or UV printer.
Okay, so this is the program called Cura, and this converts three-dimensional models into models that can be printed on the printer itself.
I've learned how to use UV printer, which has been really interesting and again could possibly feed back into my day-to-day practice.
This is a Roland Versa UV printer. It is a standard printer in that it uses normal 4-colour printing inks.
Coming into FGIC, I have been using drawing tablets to work out a few designs.
You create an object, you rotated it, you duplicated it, you did it in Inkscape. Okay, so we've got your artwork. Tell me a bit about led you to this design.
The work I produce is very personal to me, and it's quite a singular way of working that I've developed over the last 7 years. I found a box of my grandmother's photographs and documents going back to her youth and her first marriage to my granddad, which were fascinating and enlightening and formed the basis for some of the artwork I'm making at the Famous Grouse.
You can use it in lots of different ways and different contexts, and so for example we were talking before about layering. You see this technical information down here which tells us what kind of file we have, and it also tells us when there's special colours already in the documents.
Scott is such a technical wizard. Sometimes it actually feels like a bit of a collaboration with Scott because he's so knowledgeable with the tech, which is something that I'm not at all. He's just really helped me to make some of my ideas a reality.
And the UV stands for ultraviolet, which is the curing mechanism, so it dries the ink with an ultraviolet light as it passes over it. And this is one of the reasons that we can print on just about any surface. What I'm doing here is I've set it to auto-detect, because it's going to measure the height of the object that we're working with.
Using photographs, documents and memories, I'm hoping the finished pieces will each at first glance resemble an object which could be found in my grandmother's house. A jewellery box, a photo album, a pocketbook, a framed picture, a glass ornament, artefacts reimagined. I mostly sell my work through galleries and high-end shops, some markets through the year, including at Perth Creative Exchange. Later in the year I'll be travelling around Scotland, selling my work at winter markets, exhibit at Perthshire Open Studios. Like a lot of artists, I sell my work through Etsy and the British version Folksy, which is an online marketplace, and I have a website. I also outsource a lot of my laser cutting to another company in Fife just to produce volume, because the FGIC is really more for experimentation, trying out new ideas, using machines to work through ideas. FGIC is a brilliant resource for artists. I'd really recommend artists and makers come to FGIC to have a go on the machines and experiment. They're really accessible, they're really open to new people coming in. You just have to bring your ideas and go from there.